Huh? Why were you just standing there? You daydreaming or thinking something over?
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But as for what I'd like to discuss next, well, I still have some reservations.
Given that we've already made the trip here, you should just tell us. Bet you need us to help you with something, right?
I do indeed have something I'd like to ask you to do. However, you should wait until after I tell you the details, then decide for yourselves whether you'd like to help or not. The situation is this. If I'm understanding you correctly, the Snezhnayan harbinger known as the Knave has essentially requested a diplomatic meeting with you, correct? I heard that she was originally from Fontane, but for her to suddenly arrive here and abruptly request such a meeting like this, I sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation outright. I'm sure you're aware that her purpose is most likely related to Child's recent predicament. We convicted one of the Snezhnayan harbingers in a court of law, but we have yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter. This does indeed provide an opportunity for Snezhnaya to put pressure on us. I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a proper explanation and have a preliminary plan on how to deal with the matter.
No, we shouldn't. I think we should agree to the meeting.
Oh?
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation. If we keep putting off the meeting, it could easily result in the problem escalating, right? It's like a fight between two friends. If they don't agree to see each other and talk in person, isn't it possible that the friendship could end entirely?
Though diplomatic relations between Fontane and Snezhnaya could be considered as friendly, it is only superficially so. You wouldn't go so far as to say that our nations are friends, as you did in your example.
It was just an analogy. An analogy, okay?
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information prepared, it is quite possible the result wouldn't be restored relations, but a complete falling out.
I don't think we should overthink those possibilities yet. Even if the logic of the divine is not immediately apparent, its wisdom will only be revealed with time. Besides, you'll be at the meeting. If any problems do pop up, you'll have no problem navigating them.
I must clarify that interacting and communicating with people outside of court is not my cup of tea. It seems you think too much of me. But more importantly, when did I agree to join the meeting with you?
You mean you won't come? No, that won't do. I can't go to the meeting alone. You have to accompany me. I must take you with me.
Lady Farina, could there be something else regarding this matter that is being kept from me?
No, not at all. Look, I am the Hydro-Archon of Fontane, Focalor, the god of justice who is loved and adored by many. So I only hope that justice will be served in this matter. Don't overthink it. I'll go find someone to arrange the meeting.
Though it could officially be considered a diplomatic conference, I prefer to see our meeting today as an ordinary tea party. I assume you see it the same way, Miss Farina? Lady Farina?
Oh! yes, that's right. Just like you said, a tea party. I should thank you for providing the pastries. They look delectable. To make this tea party even more lively, I've invited someone else to join us today.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Neuvillette. I was born in Fontane, so naturally, there's no need to introduce the nation's revered Eudex to me.
Hello. The pleasure is also mine.
First, I would like to thank the two of you. I'm often away on business outside of Fontane, and I'm told that the children of the House of the Hearth have been well taken care of by you. Oh, I'm not referring to when my children, Linny and Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't misunderstand. The children of the House of the Hearth are often misunderstood, perhaps due to the reputation of the Fatui. There's no getting around that. All I meant to say is that Fontane has been stable in recent years. The people are well off and the children lead happy, fulfilled lives. That is something truly worth cherishing, and no one wishes to disrupt such peace.
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of child, correct?
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Eudex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with diplomatic pleasantries, and hopes that we can get straight to the point of our talk. Yes, as you surmised, understanding Child's situation is indeed one of the goals of this trip. As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya, as well as Fatui harbingers, Child and I have always been colleagues. Were anything to happen in Fontane, each of us would serve as the other's attorney to resolve the issue. So now, in my capacity as his attorney, I request that Child be turned over to Snezhnaya. We have a responsibility to cooperate with Fontane and resolve what has happened to him together.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled. I apologize for being unable to grant your request.
An outright refusal. Very well. I respect all the rules of Fontane's courts, just as I respect you as Chief Justice. Okay, why don't we back up a step? You don't need to transfer Child to us. I only request to enter the fortress of Meripede to see Child and confirm his condition. It's not like you couldn't even manage to fulfill a simple request like that. Right, Miss Farina?
About that.
The fortress of Meripede has always been completely autonomous. Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as an excuse. However, if you absolutely must confirm the situation of the Harbinger, I have a proposal.
The knave showed up already? Well, Linny did say that Father will be returning soon. We didn't even know that Linny was from the House of the Hearth at the time, so we kinda overlooked that information.
Yes, thank you for your kind advice. I'm well aware of the situation. I also noticed that Lady Farina acts a little odd and unnatural whenever I bring up matters related to the knave.
Could the knave be threatening Lady Farina or something?
If that were the case, then why wouldn't Lady Farina inform me? And what means could the knave possibly have to twist the arm of an Archon?
So maybe that's not very likely. Even though Farina can act a little weird at times, she's still an Archon.
In reality, this problem is even more thorny than it appears. According to reports from the fortress of Meripede, Child recently disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The details are still unclear. We cannot rule out an escape, but there have also been no reports of him outside of the fortress of Meripede. Special guards oversee the fortress, and its internal systems are extensive. Combined with the special characteristics of the surrounding terrain, an escape should not be possible. I suspect that there's something else behind Child's disappearance. I was only willing to share this information with you because you are friends of Child, and it is my duty to see justice done.
So this is what you wanted to see us about before?
Yes. I would like you to go to the fortress of Meripede and investigate Child's disappearance. This was my proposal during our meeting with the knave. Rather than allowing her to intervene, I offered to send someone to find out about Child's situation and report back to her in detail. The knave did not seem satisfied by my proposal, but she still agreed to go along with it for the time being. Her words were, "We will talk more once we have that report."
So that means we bought ourselves some time.
Firstly, you're already acquainted with Child. Your eyes may discern relevant details there that others would miss. And secondly, is the consideration of the unique nature of the Fortress of Meripede.
Isn't it just Fontane's prison?
I would not define it so crudely. The Fortress of Meripede is not affiliated with the court system of Fontane on paper. It has always existed as an autonomous entity. Early in Fontane's history, criminals were punished with exile, not imprisonment. Even today, sentences against convicted criminals still include exile, just as before. The Fortress of Meripede may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles. All we do is dispatch guards to keep watch and help maintain security, but we have no right to get involved with any other matters. Although I do have a personal relationship with the administrator there, neither myself nor the courts have the right to be directly involved with the investigation, no matter how serious the grounds.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That's why you need us to conduct our own investigation as a third party, right?
Correct. I will arrange false charges against you so that you may secretly investigate inside the fortress during your detention. This will save us a lot of unnecessary trouble. So, are you two willing to accept my proposal?
Yeah, no matter how you look at it, it seems we're the best choice. Alright, we hereby accept this difficult task. Reluctantly.
You two have my sincere thanks. This matter is of critical importance to Fontane's current situation. Also, I hope that both of you can keep this operation a secret. We will rendezvous at the Fortress of Meripede's entrance on Erinius once you've prepared yourselves. I will arrange for someone to take you inside.
Prepared ourselves? Is there something we need to prepare?
Perhaps you could enjoy a good meal and have a nice bath. I'm afraid that living conditions inside the fortress are nothing like those on the outside world.
Oh, right! Even though we'll be there on trumped-up charges, we'll be in prison for real. On second thought, is it too late to back out?
Please do not worry. Since you are sacrificing both your time and quality of life for the sake of delivering this report, you will be compensated according to the highest standards permitted to legal staff, regardless of the outcome.
Now that's more like it! Come on, traveler, let's go eat the best meal we can find! We'll eat so much that we won't need to eat another meal for a whole month! Your treat!
Are you leaving now? In that case, please take this cake as a token of my personal gratitude. Oh, no need to thank me for it. Just be sure to enjoy it. Oh, no need to thank me for it. Just be sure to enjoy it.
That cake was pretty good. But as soon as Paimon remembered that we were about to go to prison, Paimon's stomach suddenly became completely empty. Now that Paimon thinks about it, we've always been super careful ever since we arrived in Fontane. Just to avoid breaking any strange laws here. But here we are, about to willingly send ourselves off to the Fortress of Mirapede. Maybe this is what they call fate. Let's just try our best to investigate everything quickly once we get there. Paimon doesn't want to stay in prison too long.
Oh, what is that I hear? Is it the taste of a breaking story?
Hey! You can't hear a taste! And what are you doing here, Charlotte?
Oh, don't remind me. I invited an eyewitness to a case to eat here, and I was planning to get some great material out of him. But he didn't even show up. Calm down, calm down. This is nothing new. As a journalist, you should be used to this by now. As long as you can score some juicy tidbits from the traveler, you might still be able to recover the cost of the meal.
You know we can still hear you, Charlotte.
Never mind. It's nothing. I just heard you mention the Fortress of Mirapede. You didn't commit a crime, did you? Please tell me all about it.
No way! We would never! We're just going there to... Oh no, Paimon almost forgot that Neverlet told us to keep it a secret!
Huh? You're being arrested for that? Oh, but now that I think about it, I suppose that's not completely unreasonable. That's pretty despicable, almost as offensive as committing theft.
You mean Paimon really did something that serious? Sorry, Paimon really messed up.
Well, in that case, it's nothing particularly newsworthy after all. Oh, how disappointing. All right, there's still a chance. Since you're going to be at the Fortress of Mirapede, would you be willing to help me gather some material for a story?
About that, Paimon doesn't think we'll have any time.
Oh, it's nothing difficult. All you have to do is think of a way to get some time face-to-face with the warden of the fortress. He was awarded the honorary title of Duke in Fontane. Sounds really cool, huh? Only those who have made significant contributions to the nation have been conferred this title. It's incredibly rare. On top of that, the Fortress of Mirapede has never been under the jurisdiction of the courts. Practically nobody, including journalists like me, knows anything about the person in charge there. Oh, if I could write an exclusive article about him, I bet it would sell a boatload of papers.
You make it sound easy, but it really depends.
Of course. I wouldn't ask you to do it for free. So this meal is on me.
All right, you got a deal. We'll do anything you want.
Then it's settled. The food should be here any second, right? Huh? Wait, just how much did you order?
Oh, Paimon's so full. Well, guess we have nothing to regret now, so let's get going. Wait.
Understood. I just have to stand here, right? Manifest! Unleash! Obey! Manifest! Unleash!
We're ready. Is this where the entrance is?
You have come, just as promised. Yes, this is the one and only entrance to the fortress of Meripede from Irenaeus. Careful. You may want to step back a bit.
Ooh, so you have to go down from here? Is the prison underwater?
Utilizing both the barrier of the water as well as the fear humans have of the depths, the fortress of Meripede is naturally the perfect place to confine and guard criminals. But do not worry. It is not nearly as frightening inside as you may think. You will see for yourselves once you are down there.
Paimon hopes you're right. Don't know about you, but just thinking about being at the bottom of the sea like that gives Paimon the heebie-jeebies.
Oh, and there's one more thing. I mentioned that I have had personal dealings with the administrator of the fortress, Writhsley. He's a very shrewd fellow.
Yeah, we heard about him too. He's that Duke, right?
Correct. He is the highest-ranking manager of the underwater prison. Even though you are going there to investigate at my behest, it would behoove you to avoid any confrontation with him or any of his subordinates. The Duke rarely ever leaves the fortress of Meripede, but that does not mean he is not privy to all that is happening inside and outside the fortress. He is quiet, but not unaware, so please bear that in mind. All right, that's about all the time that we have to talk privately. I'm counting on you two.
Don't worry, we won't let you down.
Good. Madeline!
I'm here, Monsieur Nervalet. These two are the newest convicts, I presume? Don't worry, they won't escape on my watch.
Like we would try.
Please follow me, you two. I'll process your paperwork for entering the Fortress of Meripede. Obey!
Are we already underwater now? Huh. So this is what it feels like to be a criminal in Fontane.
You two seem to be taking this pretty well. It's rare to see convicts in such a good mood.
Oh, it's you, Madeline. Why'd they make you make the trip down here today?
Monsieur Nervalet personally requested I escort these two convicts. I suppose he was concerned others might not be up to the task.
Well now, aren't you the lucky one? Must be nice to be on good terms with the big shots like the Chief Justice. The only people I get to see every day are the new inmates.
Well, have you tried service with a smile? Who knows, it might help your professional reputation.
Yeah, right. As if. Every criminal comes through here looking miserable. How can I smile with such a toxic work environment? And even if I did smile at them, the convicts would probably just think that I'm some freak getting some kind of twisted enjoyment from their pain.
Oh, she's got a point.
Well, I've finished transferring you. You two will register here, and Marette will guide you through the remaining procedures.
Yep, I'll take it from here. You head on back to that bright and sunny world above. Okay, let me see. You are the Traveler and Paimon, correct?
That would be us!
Let me confirm your charges and sentence. Let's see. You two are charged with eating a cake specially prepared for the Archon by a Snezhnayan envoy without the Archon's permission, thereby incapacitating the political center of Fontane for a brief period. Sentence: 45 days?
Huh? Wait, you mean the cake that Nervalet gave us was...
Just looking at the charges, it seems you two are capable of causing some serious trouble. And considering how fond Lady Furina is of sweets, this crime is tantamount to trying to assassinate the Hydro Archon herself. Now I've seen everything. Anyway, we still need to finish processing you before you can enter the Fortress of Meripede. Please stand in front of the board over there. I'll take your mugshots with my camera.
Oh, all right. But be sure to catch Paimon's good side.
And we're done. Thank you for your cooperation. Next, someone will be along to guide you inside the fortress. Please be sure to cherish this opportunity for rebirth.
Huh? Rebirth? Isn't that a little much? We're only gonna be here for 45 days!
You two are the new inmates, right? Follow me.
Oh, okay! Paimon is Paimon and this is the Traveler!
Save it. Not like I'll remember your names. Move it.
So, are you one of the guards here? Is there anything we should be careful of while we're here?
Why should I tell you anything? What's in it for me? This is exactly why I can't stand you fish. I wouldn't even be doing this if it weren't for the credit coupons.
Credit coupons?
Alright, seeing as you're not the annoying kind that's getting dragged in here crying and blubbering, I guess I can tell you a few things. But next time, it'll cost you some coupons. Mora means nothing here. Here, we use credit coupons. Coupons can get you almost anything in the Fortress of Meripede. Desires? Fulfilled. You want power? No problem. Coupons can even change fate itself.
So, credit coupons are a currency that can only be used here?
It's not as simple as that. Like Marette said, everyone gets a chance at rebirth. No matter how much money or power you had before, it means nothing once you set foot inside the Fortress of Meripede. You have to start over and earn your coupons. Everyone starts from the same place, and you have a chance at a new, less terrible life. I guess that's the real purpose of the coupons. They symbolize true fairness and true justice. And this is also exactly why so many criminals choose not to return to the outside world, even after they've served their sentence.
Oh, so that's what the Fortress of Meripede is like.
It certainly ain't all sunshine and roses here, but it's also not the worst place to be. You'd better take a good look at the scenery now. It'll be the last chance you get for a while. After being away from the sunlight for so long, even the terrifying depths of the sea start to feel like home. It just stops feeling oppressive, you know? Oh, I'm actually an inmate like you two. Welcoming newcomers is a job I've picked up to earn some extra coupons.
Why aren't you answering us again?
I've told you enough for free. Any more info is gonna cost you.
So all you care about is Mora! Wait, no, coupons?
Almost there. It's down through here. Your turn to give it a try.
Unleash! My will embodied!
So, we're going even deeper now? Just how deep down are we?
It's like a metaphor for your previous life, isn't it?
Our lives weren't that bad. So this is the actual entrance to the Fortress of Meripede? Huh. It looks like there are other new arrivals, too. Oh, they sure don't look happy. Maybe we look too relaxed for fresh convicts. Oh, right. We're on someone else's territory now. We need to think of a good way to act like criminals to get by. If we're discovered, even Neuvillette might not be able to rescue us. Hey! Don't scare Paimon! Oh, Paimon's not ready for all this.
Look, I don't really know you, and I have no idea what kind of crime you committed, but... You wouldn't have happened to anger someone important, did you?
Someone important? Paimon doesn't think so. Wait, why are you suddenly trying to talk to us now?
Now's not the time to worry about that. Anyway, it's over there, so you just go on over there by yourselves. I've done my job, so good luck.
What was that all about? Wait a second. Are there usually so many Gardermechs around here? They're already onto us?
Prisoners numbers 7459 and 7560. Welcome. Oh, no need to be anxious. These Gardermechs aren't here to attack you. In fact, they're here as your honor guard. When I heard that you were friends of Monsieur Neuvillette, I had the Gardermechs come and wait in formation.
Wait, you know about our connection with Neuvillette?
The seafloor isn't as cut off from the world as you might imagine. However, I'm afraid that I know nothing more than that you are friends of the Udex. And as you can see, committing a crime means being sentenced here, even if you're friends with the Chief Justice. Quite fair.
The Duke! Greetings, Your Grace. Lovely weather today, isn't it?
Oh, greetings, my good fellow. Well, I'm willing to imagine that the weather is as good outside the sea as you say it is. How great it would have been if only the Fortress of Meripede had been built on the coast, huh? It would have been so convenient to enjoy a nice chat in the sunshine.
My profuse apologies. I just got so nervous when I saw you,
So this is the Duke. He sure looks a lot younger than Paimon imagined.
Traveler and Paimon, correct? Mr. Deacon here was responsible for your welcome. I trust you were satisfied with his guidance? Outstanding. Well, Deacon, I recall we discussed fate during our last work meeting, I believe that fate will reward all those who take every aspect of their work in life seriously. When you return to your bunk, you'll find the guards have issued some extra credit coupons to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Your Grace. Oh, and you too. I can't believe you gave me such praise. If you need anything in the future, anything, please, come find me anytime. No credit coupons necessary.
Well, I believe that concludes the introductions. We've already taken enough time here. Deacon, if you would.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take my leave now.
Please, follow me. To make you feel more welcome, I'll show you around the various facilities of the Fortress of Meripede. I hope it'll help you adjust to life here.
He's going to personally give us a cure? Huh. Paimon can't figure out what this guy's thinking at all. No wonder Charlotte's so interested in him. He's one of those mysterious types. Alright, let's keep up with him. Paimon coming in! Paimon coming in! Is this level okay? Can you hear Paimon?
Take your true form! Manifest!
There's no need to be so reserved. The label of criminal is nothing but one of many identities. And being criminally inclined here at the Fortress is just one of many ways to survive.
Is it really okay for the Warden to think like that? We're real criminals, you know. What if we're too difficult to handle?
Well, then maybe you'll be able to carve out a name and a place for yourselves in this underwater world, But before you go in swinging, please remember that in the Fortress of Meripede, it's better to not cause trouble for yourself or for the guards. Now, we've arrived at a very important place. The Coupon Cafeteria. You can come here and claim one welfare meal each day.
Welfare meal? You mean it doesn't cost anything?
That's right. Criminals are essential to Fortress operations, so we must guarantee that they at least have the basic means to survive.
But that's not how it was. Back in the day, it cost you credit coupons just to get a cup of water here. For fish like you who just arrived with nothing, you'd have to go to work hungry until you earned enough coupons to eat. It was only after His Grace became the administrator that we got the free meal rule. Now everyone gets a square meal every day, even no-good slackers who've never picked up a wrench in their whole lives. Nobody starves to death here.
In the Fortress of Meripede, credit coupons are the only currency, and everything must be purchased. In some sense, you could say using the coupons is a form of trade. But trade is always conducted by people. So if we want trade here to prosper, we need everyone to work hard and live their lives. If nobody could even afford a meal, then the whole fortress would be up in arms. And that would only make things more difficult for me. So, rather than saying that we're giving everyone a free meal here, you should say that everyone's hard work has improved the living conditions in the Fortress of Meripede.
Your Grace's reasoning is correct, but what I said is also true. Whatever the case, hard work is rewarded here. You'd be hard-pressed to find anywhere else as fair and reasonable.
Right! Paimon sees your point. By that logic, this place doesn't seem so bad after all. Oh, wait, no. We shouldn't drop our guard so quickly. But it seems the inmates really respect the Duke because of his attitude, right? We should still try to verify the truth with our own eyes.
Let's continue this way.
Unleash! Obey! Unleash!
This place is known as the Pancration Ring. Sometimes we have criminals who have more energy than they know what to do with. Their daily work alone isn't enough of an outlet for them. So, instead of leaving them to their own devices, we've provided them with this dedicated venue. This way, nobody will get involved unless they want to be.
Pancration matches? And you can earn extra coupons? Oh, what do you think, Traveler? Interested?
But I must warn you that your sentence will be extended if you fail to restrain yourself and end up seriously injuring or killing your opponent.
So, did you set this place up too?
No, actually. I just granted approval for the organizer to use this area to build the ring, and I collect a portion of the proceeds in return. Of course, the fees are also quite useful.
Oh. Do you mind if we ask what they're used for?
Sure. Ensuring personal safety, maintaining the arena, and resolving any conflicts that arise. Why? Are you interested in how to manage a pancration ring?
Oh, no. Paimon was just wondering if that's how you paid for everyone's welfare meals.
A reasonable guess. I see you have a talent for entrepreneurship.
Oh, you hear that? Paimon has a talent! So we can start a business here?
That is something you can discuss between yourselves later. Let's move on for now.
Manifest! Unleash!
Now.
Obey! Transfiguration! Manifest! Ha! Obey! Unleash! Manifest! Unleash! Manifest!
Your Grace. Good morning. I mean, good afternoon. No, wait, what time is it again?
What time indeed? Time waits for no one, so it's best to keep an eye on it.
My apologies, Your Grace.
Jeez, that guy's so nervous he almost forgot to breathe.
Sorry, forgive my manners.
These are the dormitories, which is where inmates sleep. The guards will inform you where your bunk is later. In the Fortress of Meripede, criminals usually spend most of their time in either the production zone or the sleeping areas.
The production zone? What does it produce? Is that where we'll be working?
Not necessarily. Though working in the production zone is the most reliable way to earn credit coupons. If you have other skills, you can skip your shifts to earn them in other ways.
Wow. Wait, you're the manager of this place, and you're just telling us to our faces that it's okay to skip work?
The fact that the Fortress of Meripede has continued operating completely autonomously is proof enough that most people are willing to work honestly and earn a stable income. As for what we produce, many of the clockwork machines seen all over Fontane originate from our workshop. Therefore, the Fortress of Meripede is not only a place where criminals serve their sentences, but also a giant machine factory. There's no need for me to get into specifics about the production process now. You'll experience it all firsthand when you report for work tomorrow. Let's move on. The tour continues over this way.
Oh!
Oh, you really scared me there. I didn't expect to see you here, Your Grace. I thought maybe I was so tired from work that I was starting to see things.
The only thing you should be seeing is the work in front of you. Stay focused and keep up the pace. Oh? Is something the matter?
It's nothing. Paimon's just worried about how hard we'll have to work tomorrow.
Your Grace? What are you doing in the infirmary at a time like this? Oh no, you didn't injure yourself, did you?
Not yet, unfortunately for you. But thank you for your concern, Sigewinne.
Oh, then you must be here for those two.
Allow me to introduce you. This is the infirmary, and Sigewinne here is the Fortress of Merapede's head nurse.
Hello, new faces. They call me the head nurse, but I actually handle all the nurse-related work all by myself down here.
Since you seem to have some rare downtime with no patients, perhaps you could find the time to join us for dinner?
Oh, then these two must be some important convicts. Sure, I'll join the welcome party.
Thank you. Your presence will be the pièce de résistance for today's tour.
Oh, so the tour part is over now?
I believe I've already covered the primary aspects of life here in the fortress. As for your work, there'll be someone else to guide you through the details. Is there anything else? I seldom conduct tours, so why don't you just ask if you have any questions?
Well, this is our first time here. Paimon's not sure what to ask.
Then let's head back to the coupon cafeteria. Maybe a meal will help you think up some questions.
You should at least try to be excited. Our free meals are actually pretty good here.
Obey! Unleash!
What do you think of the food? Does it meet your expectations?
Wow, it looks delicious! Neverlet made it sound like living conditions in the Fortress of Meripede wasn't very good. Who would have guessed that criminals get to eat tasty food like this every day?
Oh, isn't that the meal box that only super lucky people manage to draw? Seems like you two are quite fortunate.
It actually has nothing to do with luck in this case. I had a word with Walsey, so you didn't have to draw lots like everyone else.
Oh, you mean the meals are random?
Yes, what you get to eat depends completely on your luck. You could say that it's a distasteful little game that Chef Walsey likes to play here in the cafeteria.
Paimon knew it! If criminals got to eat tasty food like this every meal, the crime rate in Fontane would skyrocket for sure!
Excuse me, did I hear you mention Nervylette just now? I've been wondering how he's doing. Is he busy with work? Has he been taking care of his health?
He seems healthy no matter how you look at him, but he works so hard all the time, so it must be really tiring.
Sounds like he hasn't changed a bit. Looks like you can stop worrying so much, Sigewinne.
Oh, that's good. But I still feel like it's been too long since I've heard any news about him.
No news is good news. Maybe next time I've got something to discuss with him, I can invite you to accompany us.
But isn't the Fortress of Meripede independent from Fontane's court system? What do you two have to discuss?
Well, we provide all kinds of mechanical products for official use, and some essential goods have to be obtained from the overworld, so we naturally have to stay in touch about this and that. Monsieur Nervylette's character is unimpeachable. No matter the question, you can discuss it openly and freely with him. Talking with him feels quite effortless. In light of that, I am quite willing to go out of my way to show respect and accommodate him. In fact, right now, I'm treating you two as guests invited by Monsieur Nervylette. But unfortunately, I can only do so until the end of this meal. After this, you two will just be inmates here. You're very welcome. Well, your new life awaits. Are you finished eating? Then I recommend that you return to the dormitories and rest. You have work to do tomorrow. Perhaps you were hoping to ask for some special privileges? Sorry, you'll have to use credit coupons like everyone else. It's not as comfy here as you might imagine.
Grab yourself a welfare meal.
Now that I've gotten a good look at you two, I think you're very cute. After all, heavy is the head that wears the cutesy crown. I guess I just want to say, just take care of yourself and don't get hurt.
Are you finished eating? Then I recommend that you return to the dormitories and rest. You have work to do tomorrow. Perhaps you were hoping to ask for some special privileges? Sorry, you'll have to use credit coupons like everyone else. It's not as comfy here as you might imagine.
Grab yourself a welfare meal.
So, this is what the world considers to be treasure.
Grab yourself a welfare meal.
Manifest!
The Traveler and Paimon, right? Listen up. As new inmates, the only thing you need to worry about is what to do and when to do it. Don't make any extra trouble for yourself. Your bunks are right over there. Follow me.
So this is where we'll be sleeping from now on. Oh, Paimon can't believe this! The days of staying home and reading detective stories are like a dream now. By the way, Traveler, we saw a lot of things worth investigating just now. Even though the Duke didn't say it too directly, judging from what he said at the end, it seems that he was only welcoming because we know Neuvillette. We are criminals, and Paimon did eat that cake, but we're actually here to help Neuvillette. Is it possible that he knows we're here on a mission? Or is Paimon overthinking things? Yeah, Paimon thinks so too. He probably knew why we came here from the very beginning and intentionally wanted to send us a message. Maybe something like, "Hey, I have my eyes on you, so don't try anything funny." Yeah, you're right. It's not like we can go back to Neuvillette empty-handed and say, "The dude looks scary, so we gave up." And besides, the Duke said that he was willing to go out of his way to show respect for Neuvillette, right? So, we at least need to try. But Paimon hasn't gotten a clue where we should start our investigation. You mean... Yeah, that's what Paimon was thinking too! Paimon almost spilled the beans when we ran into him. Fortunately, based on his attitude, it looks like the Duke sees Linny as just another inmate. We worked so hard to help clear Linny and Lynette's names, and yet we turn around and bam! He's in prison anyway! Oh, right! Linny and Lynette are from the House of the Hearth. They work for the Knave, so they could be here to investigate too! Huh? Oh, it's a card! Paimon didn't notice it earlier. It looks like a magician's prop. Lenny must have left it here. He's in prison and still doing his little tricks, huh? Let Paimon have a look. It was nice to bump into you again. Let's catch up in the production zone tomorrow. What in the world? It's written like he's greeting a buddy on the street. Paimon thought he'd write something important. If you say so, we can ask him what's going on tomorrow. Let's get some rest now. Hey, you're finally awake! Well, it's Paimon's first day as a prisoner. Last night, Paimon dreamed about getting interrogated by the guards until Paimon told them everything, and then Paimon woke up. Hey, come on! It's just a dream, okay? Paimon wouldn't really squeal. Maybe?
Hey, lazy bones. What are you still doing here? If you don't want to starve, then get yourselves over to the production zone.
Sorry! We're going right away!
Unleash! Obey! Manifest! Unleash! My will embodied! Manifest! Obey!
Ah, you must be the catch of the day. Looks like you've got some luck getting assigned this space.
Yep, we just arrived yesterday and...
Don't interrupt me when I'm speaking!
Yes, sir.
Listen carefully to my instructions. I don't want any mishaps. Every machine here is worth more than the both of you. Working around these machines can be very dangerous. Do your job well, and you can eat in the cafeteria after your shift. Get sloppy, and you dine in the infirmary. Anyway, the Fortress of Merope doesn't want to lose a single one of its machines. And it also doesn't want to waste the production potential of any inmate. You got that?
Got it!
Your job is to use the machine over there to process widgets. Watch carefully, and make sure you step on the pedal at the right time. If the machine gets jammed, then give it a little maintenance with your fist. Here, take this. Bring me the process widgets, and I'll give you some credit coupons in exchange.
The sky is clearing up, and so is my mood. I just hope no one shows up to bother me. If they do, I'll just make them disappear. My pole arm doesn't distinguish friend from foe, and there is clearly a limit to the red rope's power. That's why I loathe crowded areas.
Once the widget is hot enough to glow, jump to step on the pedal and hit the widget with the... So if the machine gets jammed, you just need to attack it to fix the problem.
This one is tolerable. Though, since the processing is done by machine, the product is all pretty much the same anyway. Alright, I'll pass you for now. And we'll count up how many credit coupons you've earned.
Paimon's exhausted. We're done now, right? Oh, that foreman. He's so scary that Paimon couldn't even speak. Ugh. Even though Paimon's starving and wants to head straight to the coupon cafeteria, we still need to meet Lenny first, right? He probably just finished up his work, too. He should be around here somewhere.
Unleash!
Lenny? Mr. Magician? Where are you? Oh, this had better not be some disappearing act.
Manifest!
Doesn't seem to be around here. Let's try looking somewhere else.
Unleash! These... things... what are they used for? Take your true form! Manifest!
Where could he be? Did he decide to slack off and sleep the day away?
Unleash! Mind be purged, world be saved. Manifest! Obey!
learn the safety rules by heart. Wait, what was...
Hey, over here.
Oh, you scared Paimon! How did you appear out of nowhere like that?
Oh, you scare so easily now? Is there something worrying you these days?
Oh, you little... The only thing we're worried about was trying to find you.
Sorry. Come over here and keep it down.
Oh, Lynette! You're here too! You two really are inseparable.
That's right. My brother simply can't stand to be away from me.
It's not just Lynette. Fremine is also here. Do you still remember him?
Oh, you mean that diver from the House of the Hearth, right? Now hurry up and tell us, how did you end up as criminals this time? We fought so hard at court to prove you were innocent, but now it looks like our incredible court battle was for nothing!
Sadly, even the teeniest of things can land you in prison these days. I put together a street performance and used the popularity we gained from the Opera House incident to attract a big crowd.
And then?
Next, I invited several audience members to participate in the show. And then, with the entire audience watching, their wallet suddenly disappeared.
My brother was charged with theft, and I was charged as his accomplice, having assisted him in his crime.
It really isn't that bad. The missing wallets are all in the leftmost drawer of the Maison Gardiennage's big filing cabinet. We just need to see how long it takes to discover them.
Yep, we should be released then.
In terms of the magic trick itself, I think the performance went perfectly.
Leave it to Lenny to magic himself into prison.
Indeed. Last time I hid my identity from you, I promised that I'd tell you absolutely everything if you were angry about it. No more secrets. So I don't plan on keeping anything from you this time either. At the moment, the House of the Hearth's interests don't conflict with yours at all. We were instructed by the father of our house, the Knave, to come here and conduct an investigation.
Told you so! See? Paimon guessed right.
As for what we're investigating, perhaps you haven't heard, but the fortress of Meropide hides a secret. Some even say that the entire fortress exists just to protect it. The House of the Hearth has been investigating this for a very long time, trying to uncover its mysteries. But recently, all of our informants, including the ones that had infiltrated the guards, suddenly vanished and have not been heard from since. We believe that this is a direct provocation, and it's the reason why we came here. Father has somehow managed to confirm that Focalors does not have Fontane's gnosis.
Huh? How did she manage to learn information that important?
Father has her ways. Many of them are beyond our imagination, and we've never had the chance to see her at work. But we trust her conclusions.
It was this information that led us to suspect that Fontane's gnosis might be in the fortress of Meropide and is related to that secret.
So it's all about the gnosis again.
Well, that's about it from our side. How about you two? Did Monsieur Nervulette send you here?
Bingo! The Knave has been applying a lot of pressure. She wants to know what happened to Child, so we came here to investigate. Traveler, are we allowed to tell them?
You don't need to worry too much about that. She's just asking for a report on Master Child's predicament as a means of pressuring you. Father used this situation as a pretext to negotiate with two high-ranking officials in the court of Fontaine. She actually just wants to be able to make concessions on this matter for gains elsewhere, almost like a bargaining chip.
Sometimes you need an excuse to do things you otherwise couldn't. And a harbinger is more valuable than you might imagine.
Of course, it's not a complete farce. If we do manage to find out what happened to Master Child 2, then diplomatic relations with Fontane could improve, and Snezhnaya might even be able to adjust its stance a bit.
Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like we're the only ones who actually care about Child's situation? The relationship between the Harbingers must be as bad as ever.
I wouldn't go that far. Father just has different standards than we do when it comes to what can be sacrificed for an advantage. By the way, I have a suggestion. Why don't we team up? Even though we have different objectives, we're both here to investigate the fortress of Meripede. It would be more efficient for us to work together. As you know, the House of the Hearth has many reasons to seek the Gnosis, but our highest priority remains resolving the prophesized crisis. You can trust us on that.
See, I told you.
Is that so? Sure enough, it won't be easy to convince them to cooperate with us.
Lenny seems to be thinking pretty hard about something.
Of course he is. Lenny has been looking forward to a chance to reach an understanding with you ever since last we met. Or, I should say, we were really looking forward to teaming up with you this time.
Lynette, just tell them everything, why don't you?
It's okay to open up a little.
Very prudent of you, and consistent with your behavior since we first met. That's reasonable enough, and I agreed to cooperate on these terms as well. I was prepared for the worst, but you were actually more agreeable than I anticipated. All right then, there's no time to lose. I have some information to share, so listen carefully. Since Lynette and I arrived here, our investigation uncovered the fact that the Fortress of Meripede has a forbidden zone. Most people just clammed up and wouldn't talk, but after asking the right questions, we were able to confirm the existence of the forbidden zone from the guards. You should be aware of that while you're investigating.
A forbidden zone? Could that be where Child disappeared to? You're right, we'll definitely keep that in mind.
Good. That's the most suspicious thing about the fortress that we know of so far. We have a few other unanswered questions, and we'll be investigating those as quickly as we can. Anyway, I hope you find our information useful at least. Oh, look at the time. You two must be hungry. You should go to the coupon cafeteria and get something to eat. I'll use my cards to get in touch with you again in the future.
Oh, that's just what Paimon wanted to hear! Paimon's starving after all that work today. We can talk more about the investigation later. Let's go get some grub!
Yeah.
Going on in the production zone.